If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from SoFi. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. This throw taken in by Hurst. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Putting the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I think it's so critical to start the game fast when you hear every coach and player harp on it in their press interviews and in their conferences. It's something that everybody stresses, but it's easier said than done. So I think for them to come out and face an early 3rd down and be able to pick up a first and extend this possession, I think it goes a long way towards everybody on that sideline and in that huddle just taking a deep breath.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Tight end going in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Shotgun now for Herbert. That is caught at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown Chargers. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Right to the air goes Young. Secured by the veteran Adam Thielen. That one good for a dozen and a very quick 1st down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They face second down and 7. The motion man is Sanders. Throwing on second down, Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, there's fast starts, Mike, and then there's this. It just seems like it's completion after completion, and now they find themselves in plus territory. Every team has their fringe red zone down to their red zone plan, and once you cross midfield, you got to be thinking 6, at the worst 3, but you're coming away with points.
That's taken in. It's Xavier Leggett. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Young. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derwin James. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Herbert. He connects with Disley. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins, and
he tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Sending a receiver right. On 1st down is Young. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. A throw left side caught by Sanders. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
And he's going to go backwards on that one and take him down back at the 6-yard line. So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. The Chargers out to the early lead. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Here's Ladd McConkey to return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Play action now. It's Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Now Herbert on the bootleg. That's to the tight end, Hurst. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. Lane fills quickly. Only managed to get this to the 14. Second down and 8. Moving the tight end right. Throwing, Herbert. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Now it's Herbert. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
A gain of 3 brings us 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Dobbins. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Velus Jones now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. Up the sideline at the 35. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll go again with Hubbard. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Asante Samuel up from the corner spot to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. The motion man is Sanders. Another run here with Hubbard. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Slot man in motion right. Young to throw on 1st down. Now he'll air one out. That is brought in. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
That one taken in. Xavier Legette. Touchdown, Panthers. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. On play action, now Herbert. This throw taken in by Hurst. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. To throw, it's Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a 1st down.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screenplays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screenplay.
On 1st down, Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike. with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. It's second down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd and 2. Herbert to the air again. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1. A first down there on a gain of 12.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the out.
Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown, L.A. Greg, that looked easy. We often talk about how condensed the space is down here in the red zone, but he got wide open that time.
I think anytime you see a guy that wide open, Mike, it comes down to not everybody in the secondary doing their job. Maybe someone's trying to do a little bit too much, and it backfires. You have to understand, what is my role within the coverage? Just focus on that, because when you don't, it leads to coverage breakdowns, and they don't get a lot easier than that one.
Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. The Panthers offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. They'll begin 1st and 10. Second and a yard. From the gun, it's Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Out of the shotgun, Young. He'll dump this down to Hubbard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw, Young. A ball deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The motion man is Sanders. On 1st and 10, here's Young. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
3rd and long. Here's Young. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
1st and 10.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Now it's Dobbins, and a short pickup there to about the 36.
Our game of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. On play action, it's Herbert. Downfield, that's Constant. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now a play fake. Herbert. He connects with Disley. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll get this close to a 1st down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the 1st down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
There's his tight end, Disley. And he'll take it on in. Will Disley. Chargers. Point after now from Dicker. It's up and through. And the Chargers have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Tremble comes in motion. Young to throw on first and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing on second down, Young. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Datavian Sanders was the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
14 on the pickup. It's a Carolina first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
They motion a receiver right. A second down throw for Young. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
They send him right out of the slot. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. He's going to air this one out, and they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
On first down is Young. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On second down, Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
The motion man is Sanders. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Here's Young to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9. And 3rd down coming up. Young. And he will score. Game on. Bryce Young. Touchdown, Carolina. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Davis now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. This throw taken in by Hurst. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
How about this one, too, to start the drive? Mark him off with a gain of 24 and another 1st down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Looking middle of the field, it's complete. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
It is brought in the end zone. Pat McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Kicker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st down here at their own 23-yard line.
Young to throw on 1st down. That's downfield. He's got Sanders, the tight end. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. Here's Young. Now he'll run. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
To throw is Young. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
They'll go for it with Hubbard. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down. Throwing on first down is Herbert. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
A first carry for Gus Edwards. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down. A run with Dobbins. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Cameron Dicker for the Chargers field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. A short one there, caught by Tremble. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Young. That's to the right. Caught by Sanders.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Johnston motioning over. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They're going to motion their tight end, Hurst. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Here's Edwards. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. And it sets up 3rd down. So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from SoFi.